Hello and welcome everybody to sort of a review. I'm talking about more Bud Jones poker chips because I like them. I ordered these, I paid for these with my own money from Apache Poker Chips. I'm looking for some Bud Jones chips, and you know how it is trying to find an old casino set. You just kind of have to do your research and figure out what you're looking for. So what you're looking at here are some obsolete Inter-Continental San Juan Resort and Casino poker chips. Bud Jones, we have I think these are 39 or 40 millimeter, and these look like 40, this one looks like a 43 millimeter. Either way, they're of different size, you can see right here. Today, at the end of this discussion, we're going to play a hand, so have your deck ready. Merriam Pro Poker, it's just what I have kicking around. So Bud Jones comes in a variety of variations. They come with coins, they come with the brass. So this is, I believe this is an S2 model. It's just a plastic chip. It feels like they kind of stick together. It feels like a really, 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 really hard rubber, for lack of a better description. To me, that's just how they feel. And they have a label. And underneath this label can be a variety of things. I believe they feel really lightweight, so my first impression is that these are just a solid plastic S2 variety Bud Jones. The S1 have the brass coin underneath. They're actually metal slug, brass weighted plastic chips. That's just what they are, albeit I would consider these very premium quality. And so these do not, to me it feels like these do not. There are other variations that I've seen where it looks like, and this is just my remembering, I haven't researched this right before the video, but it looks like some of them have like brass, like self-adhesive, like stickers they put underneath the label to add weight as well. So there's a variety of Bud Jones chips available, but I believe these, if I'm not mistaken, are just the S2 variety. I could be wrong. Somebody who's an expert will pipe in the comments below. Now, the Inter-Continental is no longer, obviously that's why we have obsolete chips. What do they replace it with? The Siesta? I forget, it's not Sueño, it's something like that. It's right next to the airport. I believe it's just a hotel now, I'm not sure. Puerto Rico, beautiful. Talk about paradise, right now I'm in Ohio, and I could sure use a trip to Puerto Rico. So I'm not going to break these chips because I like them. I like these. They're nice. They're casino quality. It's not like I would go around and just like break chips, just like wanton destruction. Why would I do something like that? I have no idea. It's not like I would have just a Ziploc bag full of broken chips. Oh goodness, what happened to that one? That doesn't look good. It's already starting to rust. And I especially wouldn't have 2 bags of broken poker chips. Jim, I'm not a doctor, I'm a YouTuber. Is that what he says? The real McCoy? Isn't that a prohibition? Isn't the real McCoy a prohibition thing? I have totally gotten all my stars crossed here. All right, Bud Jones. So let me know your thoughts about Bud Jones. We can do a little sound test here. Should we compare them against some other casino chips? What just came in here? Let's look. We have some of the Horseshoe, Southern Indiana. Somebody wrote a comment the other day about where can I buy obsolete casino chips. This Sunday, I think there's a sale, like in 2 days, I think there's a sale on pokerchipforum.com from the Chip Room. Anyway, I hope I'm not going to flood that because it's already going to be hard enough to get chips. So don't go to pokerchipforum.com and don't look at the Chip Room vendor sale where they're going to sell these chips, not these chips, but the Jack Cincinnati chips for super cheap. Don't go there. Okay, so let's see. We're doing a sound test. Focus here. All right. I've done this for years. I can handle this. You see what I mean? They kind of stick together. They're almost like rubbery. It's super, super annoying. Anyway, super annoying and kind of endearing. I've always wanted a set of Bud Jones. One of these days I'll get around to choosing one. Several are available every now and then on eBay or Apache, and I'm just like, should I get it? I'm just like, I don't really like the design. Maybe a better set will come out in the future, and then it's never whatever. So I want to hear your thoughts about Bud Jones. Do you like Bud Jones? Do you hate them? Some people just don't care. If you can't be bothered, that's good. It means that you have a life and you're doing something useful. But if you're like me and you're just like, you lose sleep over stuff like this, do I want to sit up Bud Jones? Do I? So 39.35, that's pretty standard GPI. Let's see what this purple one is. Come on, 43 millimeters. Is it going to be 43? Yeah, that rounds up to 43. We'll give it 43. The other question that I get occasionally is, oh, maybe 0.1 off, is the, so I want to see how much these weigh. How do I store my chips? If you want to collect chips, I recommend the airtight 39 millimeter cases for Paulson. If you're doing classic poker chips, the 40 millimeter airtight. I think airtight is spelled AIRTITE, an alternate spelling. So these are pretty heavy. These might have some brass in there. That's heavier than I thought they would be. So right around 11 grams, these are probably metal slugged. Again, that means they're probably what, S? The S variety. Anyway, I'm not sure. Somebody, if you know, let us know in the comments below. I could have done more research, but you know, sometimes family takes precedent. So, for my weekly activities. So, I'd like to take this moment to thank the patrons. I'm going to thank them again here at the end of the video, but thank you for your support to make this possible. I'm going to give them some credit here, and we're going to start shuffling up so we can play a hand of Texas Hold'em. Texas Hold'em is just easier for everybody, I think, all things considered. There's the Joker right there. The Cheshire Cat style. You know what's funny is when I see this Joker, this is going to give him away my age, but I think of Frank Thomas, the big hurt in his Reebok shoes. Shaq had some awesome Reebok. I had some Reebok Instapump. Do you remember Insta? I need to stop talking about shoes. Oh, whew. That's here. Let's move these into the corner. Make sure that we don't have another Joker in here or any instructions. How to play cards with your friends. Brought to you by Marion Pro Poker. Marion Pro plastic cards. The weave shuffle, people always seem to ask in videos. It's just, my dad has been going to Las Vegas, it seems like his whole adult life. My grandfather was in World War II in the U.S. Navy, and he played with chem plastic cards, and so it's just always been something in my family, just plastic cards. I don't know what to tell you, and that's how I was taught to, at a very young age, that's how I was taught to shuffle cards by my grandfather. That's not how you shuffle cards. This is not how you shuffle cards. Give me those, grandson. He never called me grandson. Let me teach you how to shuffle. You pull it apart like this, and of course, like when you're a kid, like I don't have a lot of finger strength, and so it was like incredibly difficult, but I figured it out. Anyway, that's enough shuffling and babbling. Why do you guys even watch this? Just non-stop yapping. I'm going to play against somebody here. My heater's going to kick on. It's going to ruin the audio. I'm going to shuffle these, and then I'm going to take a little break, and then I'm going to wait for that heater to die so you can hear what I'm saying. Pa-pow! The magic of editing. All right. Now, where were we? All right, we're playing Texas. All right, so you have 2 cards at home. We burned. All right, so I haven't. All right, okay. This is very up close and personal. Are we zoomed in a little bit more than usual here? This is very up. All right, so let's burn a card, and we'll flop. Yeah, Bud Jones chips. I've always wanted some, but haven't gotten around to them. And this last year, with this whole pandemic thing they got going on, the masked world. What am I looking at here? What do I even have? Let me look at my cards for a second. And then I'm going to burn another card. She hasn't looked at her cards yet, but I looked at mine. Is that fair? Who knows what's fair and what's not in poker, but that's just how things are. Yeah, so every time I think I should buy a new set, I'm like, maybe I should wait until we settle down, after this whole thing. And we'll see where it goes. Yeah, that wasn't great for me. I had 2 diamonds, but it was an 8-2. No, please tell me you don't have ace-king, because that would just be embarrassing. A king, sure enough. She always wins. I don't know I run so bad in these events. But it's funny how everybody, it's not just settling down, but like everybody with this whole mask thing, they either look like, for example, like Kevin Hart. Was it Kevin Hart I saw the other day, like a picture of him? Like, you see Kevin Hart normally, and you just laugh. Like, it's a comedian, he's hilarious. And you see him with a mask on, you're like, I didn't realize he had an MD, PhD. Is he a surgeon? And you're like, all right. Maybe a mask can change the way people look. Like, I go to my local grocery store now, and everybody with these, like, black cotton masks with, like, skull and crossbones on there. I'm like, they're pirates, or they're vigilantes. It's funny how the world has changed. But once we settle down, if we ever do, we'll see how that works out. Hopefully I can get a set of Bud Jones and back so we're not moving, you know, I already have like 100 pounds of poker chips I move around. I exaggerate a little bit. Maybe. I wonder if I really have 100 pounds of poker chips. I'm not going to weigh it. Don't ask. It's not. Okay. But, you know, it can add up real quick, the weight, if you're moving. So we'll see how things look. I like the edge spots. I like the little rectangle pattern across here. Some of the other ones that I've seen have like numbers. I like those a little bit more. Maybe I should get something like that. We'll see. San Juan, Puerto Rico. Every time I see these, like I see San Juan, I think of Puerto Rico. I think of sunny, warm, not Ohio beaches. And yeah, it's very nice. Anyway, if you want to go to Puerto Rico, wait, that's not what we're talking about. Poker chips. If you would get some Bud Jones poker chips, if you like the Inter-Continental, what are your favorite Bud Jones? Okay, here's a good question. I'm genuinely looking for a used casino, obsolete casino set of Bud Jones. What's something that's kind of available that you guys like? Not like the most rare, most valuable like collectors, just like something you like that you could get like 500, 3 to 500, make a little playable set. What are your favorite used obsolete Bud Jones? Let me know in the comments below. Again, thank you to my patrons so much for your support. I can use all the support I can get with this channel. Really appreciate it. Trying to bring you the best content. We message back and forth on Patreon. Any questions you have about interesting things about there are some really interesting people in the world. So be sure to visit me on Patreon, and you can support this channel as well by shopping through my Amazon affiliate link. I am an Amazon associate. I make proceeds from qualifying purchases. What else do I have to say? You guys know the subscribe, how YouTube works. Thank you so much for watching.